jail's not that bad. It's
All views expressed by the hosts and guests in this podcast are solely their opinions and do not reflect the opinions of their respective employers. Guests and hosts may maintain positions in the assets discussed in this podcast. This podcast is for informational purposes only, and nothing in the podcast is intended to be financial, legal, or even life advice.
All right, what's up, guys? Thank you for coming to our podcast. Today, I gave 5 trade pitch to Marco where he rates 0 to 10. We're celebrating Bitcoin highs, where I interrogated him to try to tell me what he bought. And there's a lot more small things and some betraying actions he did to his friends. Thank you.
GM, welcome back to More Than Speculation.
Go! All-time high, bro. Why are you so chill?
It's been like a crazy 48 hours. It's like just looking at the markets, traveling. It's just been exciting, but yeah, it's been crazy times in the market.
For the reals.
So what man? Like, did you just make a lot of money?
What did you do for this? What did you actually buy other than Bitcoin, or did you position yourself for the election?
I'm going to give such a boomer answer, okay, but I was net long. I had a couple alts that I'm not going to mention, but I was mostly net long in the types of like JLP and like this, this vault yield system, that vault index that still, it's just holding Bitcoin its soul, right? So that's my majors. And then I have some alts I'm probably not going to mention. And also I just bought... Yeah. Okay. No, I mean, like, I bought some memes. Like most people. I actually just bought it a couple hours ago. So again, this is not financial advice, but I'm still sticking to my majors and memes thesis. So on the major side, I still much prefer, like, rather than longing Sol on perps, like, I'm more of a yield guy on that. Maybe I'm inspired by you. And then on the meme side, I'm just like, I have 2 separate books, okay? Let's just get right into it, okay? So I have 2 separate books. I have one book that I think is like the beta for memes. These are like the memes that have some sort of like escape velocity. So it's like Moodang and a bunch of others that have either perps, they have dumped and like they have recovered, right? So they're not like the super degen. I kind of see them as like a beta play, right? Like if Sol goes 2x, these memes are probably going to go 3x, right? And then I have the super degen book, which is basically just a call option. And it's just going to go to 0, or it's going to make me like my next money, right? I probably should not mention that super degen book.
I'm going to tell you what I did. I 2x long a little bit of Bit, I 2x long a little bit of ETH, a little bit of BTC, a little bit of Sol, but not major size. Sold cow a day early. I don't know why. I just switched it to Bitcoin, so I missed like the 2x pump from Binance listing. But I just found another alt wallet that I have that I turn out have around $3,000-$4,000 worth. So I'm okay with that. But yeah, no la.
So rich.
I wish. But not gonna lie, I sideline la. I sideline quite a lot. I sideline quite a lot. I don't have enough alts in general. I'm enjoying the hype, but I don't feel as much as a hype of like the alt market season. I think my gold went up a little bit. It's interesting. Yeah. You know how it's funny. I don't have a big position in gold, but I just wanted to do well or the best out of all my coins. I don't know why. There's just something that makes me want to feel that way. Okay.
No, because it's really like one of the few like truly unique meme coin, right? It's not just like another animal.
I guess I wanted to do well, then I'm gonna tell people that, bro, you know how and when did I buy it, and then it will be the story. But yeah, okay. Real talk though, do you think this is a short-term pump, or is this going to be a sustainable flow, given the whole election impact and all this kind of stuff?
Sustainable. I think I'm much more bullish. Okay, just a quick recap for our listeners again, right? We are recording this on, what date is it? On November 7th, like Asia time, which is like a day after Trump won, right? And Kamala also just conceded. So it's a conclusive victory. Like, we're not going to wait freaking weeks for any of the presidents to like fight legally or something. Like, it's a clear Trump won, right? So that's why the market gets super excited. This morning, like Asia time, all the freaking alts just went like 20, 30, 40, 50% memes, DeFi tokens with fee switch. We can talk about that later. But yeah, like I do think it's such a nice setup for 2025. And I'm jumping the gun a bit, but I think the Fed meeting is today. So we will see if they're gonna cut further interest rate by how much. And then there's like some China stimulus data tomorrow. They're either gonna pump like 2 trillion, 10 trillion. So bro, it's just like I'm definitely jacked up. I'm much more bullish. But yeah, like I think it's still majors and memes, like majors, memes, and maybe DeFi blue chip. But I still think we need to see if infra coins are gonna make a comeback. I mean, they are gonna get a lot of help, right? Because like when the bull market is truly happening, like everything is just gonna go up, even if you have like high FDV, low float. It doesn't really matter. But I think the market is smarter this time, so they will pick and choose.
Did all that stuff just for getting the votes, or is he really going to take action into implementing and love crypto?
Yeah. So maybe I can sort of like go into what I think about what he will
you got that research ready?
Front, right? So again, so here's a shill. So for our listener, if you go to YouTube, I do have my own newsletter. And every Sunday, we actually wrote about the regulatory update, right? And so here's a quick recap of Trump's commitments, right, and quote unquote promise for the crypto space, right? So he promised to reverse the war in crypto, right? He said he's going to oppose any creation of CBDC. So he's not for government control of your money, blah blah blah. He is going to promote Bitcoin mining. He wants all of the mining to happen in the United States, which again, I think that's interesting idea. He is going to use crypto to reduce the national debt by having a Bitcoin reserve. I think this is the craziest thing if it's actually implemented, because that's essentially just a TOAP from the government, right? It's crazy. He's going to fire Gary Gensler. I think that's the lowest hanging fruit. I think even if he's not fired, he's probably going to resign. Yeah, and then he is going to pardon Ross Ulbricht, which was the founder of Silk Road and pretty much like a superstar in the crypto sphere. He's going to make a crypto committee, crypto advisory council, to basically just make framework and make sure it's all good and kosher in the US. And he's going to enshrine the right to self-custody. So I'm sure some of you might have heard like the US government is going to produce some rules that makes it hard for DEXs, because you have to be able to identify wallet identity, even if it's a wallet custody, blah, blah, blah. So like basically Trump is going to make sure that you can always self-custody your own token, right? So a lot of promise there. To answer your question, I think the lowest hanging fruit is two things. He's going to make it very, very clear between SEC and CFTC, like who's in charge of what. I think that's like, especially if he wins, like House and Senate also, I think he can pass that very, very quickly. So I think there's going to be a very quick like rules around, okay, the SEC handles this, the CFTC handles that. And then stablecoin is going to have a boom, bro. Like just a couple days ago, right? Paxos, Robinhood, Kraken, and a bunch of other companies, they make a new stablecoin called USDG, right? It's basically like the Western gang stablecoin. And I think if the stablecoin rule is going to become easier, and that's the easiest thing that they're going to pass, I think we're going to start to see banks entering stablecoins, banks and money market funds and like all of that. What I'm skeptical of is whether or not he is going to support like ICO, like just like free for all token issuance, and you can distribute without KYC, permissionless, even if it's like limited KYC, right? I'm skeptical that that's going to happen anytime soon. That might be like in the next 1 to 2 years. Even that is already very good. But yeah, so like I think the market is like jumping the gun a bit with regards to like all of these DeFi tokens, right? Actually, I want to get your take on this because you're a DeFi expert. But hold up. Wintermute. Yeah.
For the listeners, sorry, I'm going to repeat this in the short form for our shorts, because Marco is such a long-winded guy. He talks too much and we can never get good shorts to grow over the channel. So if you like us, I'm going to quit soon. Yeah.
You're very casual here.
We only have like freaking 100 people watching this. All right. So for the shorts, here are 10 things Here are 10 things that Trump promised us. First, fire Gary Gensler. Second, establish Bitcoin reserves, so we're going to have a T-wall buying Bitcoin. Third, eliminate Bitcoin tax, promote Bitcoin mining, end war on crypto, pardon the Ross guy, I can't say his last name, sorry. Create a crypto advisory council, operate as a central bank to run basically CDBDC, a good stable coin, accept Bitcoin donation. Bro, he's gonna get the most. And the last, collab with Elon Musk. That means, so if I were to look in all this, first is people should start longing Bitcoin mining stocks. Bitcoin should look at regulation plays, potentially longing DeFi coins or on-off-ramp companies or farm stable coins, etc. Advisory part, I don't know. Elon Musk buy Doge, basically. That's a yeah. And that's the two things. Okay, if you're very degen, then maybe you just want to start aping Fire Gary Gensler meme coins kind of thing. But yeah. That's like the TLDR in short, and people please send it to your friends so we can grow the channel because I'm going to quit soon. Okay, my take.
This is what this is AOL.
Okay, my take. To be honest, I don't know have I leave the mid-curve too much where that I am not confident to buy DeFi tokens yet. I'm selling a little bit of DeFi tokens that I've been holding for a while to Bitcoin.
To buy memes?
And then small portion of it will start to long alt markets, but I haven't decided what yet. So like, yeah, cool, right? Like Bitcoin all-time high, alt market, I don't know what's up, bro. Like, the reason why I brought up this topic is that I don't know how the altcoin is playing. I'm actually still in favors of putting into stablecoin more into Bitcoin and ETH. Well, maybe not even ETH. Put more into Bitcoin and then gamble on smaller speculative angle alts that might go a lot. In terms of mid-coin alts, right, I'm thinking Sway as the next Solana, Aptos as the similar concepts, aping the new coins like all the TG coming soon, like Movement, a bunch of other things. Potential play, it's Mental and maybe or even Coke and stuff, which I can get into more about. But like, I don't know what to ape, basically. Like, even the DeFi token, a short pump because of the regulation, I expect as the hype dies down, it's going to drop a little bit. And then when regulation, because regulation is going to be a long thing, right? So it's going to be a few months off. So I'm going to start taking profit. I'm going to maybe do some wider range of yield farming to get some fees in between and then decide the point, like as a V3 concentration pair to earn some fee in between, or maybe use it as a take profit kind of thing. But in general, I don't know what to long. I have a few theses in mind, but I'll hear your thoughts. And what would you do if you're sideline door right now? Like, what would you buy? Let's say you are 70 or 60% in stables. What would you buy?
Before we get into that, I do think the core issue with what you said, recently I think, I forgot his name, but like Andy from the Rollup, right? He tweeted, these are the chains that you need to pay attention to. And dude, he listed down freaking 25 to 30 chains. And I think that's exactly like what you said. You don't know what alts to buy because liquidity is just so fragmented everywhere, right? So yeah, I think that's the core issue. But anyway, 2025 game plan, right? If you're sideline, you have 50 to 70% of your capital entering 2025, what are you going to buy? I am going to give the same answer. I am going to be mostly in
You're going to buy majors
which is
now?
Bitcoin, ETH, and Sol.
Let's say you're full stable.
Yeah. If you're fully sideline, I would buy all now. Assuming you have consistent income, yeah? Like not like you're you're like broke, you have no income, and just buy. No. Assuming you can live normally and you have consistent income, but you just have like a stack sitting in a stable that's getting 5% right now. Again, not financial advice, but yeah, like assuming you can use that money, like I would be risk on right now. And that's because if you have income, then you can stomach that like potential drawdown. But I'm actually 85% bullish.
Because like as long as like don't all in, but you can spend your disposable income into this in a way where it's not about how much it pumped, it's about where it's gonna go if it goes this way, right? And buying major, it's good. Like if you think about it, right? Like it might be Solana at $40 that you think it pumped like 5x already, but it can go a lot further. If you're not risky, just buy Bitcoin. If you're risky, you might want to dabble on the other things in general. Okay.
Just like one thing. Here's another argument, yeah, like why this is so bullish. ETF options are pretty much guaranteed, right? You can check the news from a couple days ago, but when it's eventually trading, either early next year or I'm not sure when, I forgot the exact timeline, bro, that's gonna open so much more like liquidity on the major side, which we hope that will trickle down. But yeah.
But that doesn't go into alts. That's the thing, right? Like at max, what?
Yeah, I mean, no, it's not. It's not gonna directly translate to alt, but I think it will still help a bit, lah. You know, just like without the ETF, like without the spot ETF, I don't think we will be at the current market cap we are right
Bro,
now,
are
even
you in
if it doesn't
Singapore?
help alts. Yeah.
Bro, you know what's up, yeah? When I talk to
what's up?
Singaporeans, I get this thing as well. I say la. I don't know why the Singlish just gets to me. It's like, oh, I slowly turn it like, and then like my Singlish just comes to me. But yes.
It's like you're trying to. It's like you're trying to
I don't
adjust to
know.
how
But
the
like-
others are
but like,
speaking.
It's funny, right? Like,
Yeah,
I don't know, but like, you can imagine if white people do that, it would sound racist. but I don't know why. It's just, but anyway, sorry. Okay. So let's talk about this. I actually want to learn from this. So like alt market rights, right? Right now, let's say assuming I'm already good with majors you hold and you just farm whatever opportunity you have. So let's look into sectors. Before looking at what pumped for the past few days, let's talk about potential sector that I considered. Oh, okay. Let's go. What sector is pumping right now? Okay. So I think DeFi pumped a little bit. Okay, let's go for the majors. Interesting. Stablecoin protocols, I guess, is the regulation play. Liquid stake.
Past 24 hours.
You know what the funny thing is? Liquid staking is probably just Lido. And you know restaking, I have a feeling that Cook from Mental might actually outperform Iden Layer. Just because two things.
Huh.
First, right now is a very low FDV. I think it's like under 200 mil. Second is that centralized identity tend to have more concise and precise action plan than decentralized identity. And they're not MEF protocol. You know what I mean? It's like that play that it's this one. It's this one. Yeah, it's like I'm not shilling it, right? So I haven't looked into detail yet, but this is a small thing right now. If I want to lock, first I think restaking sector right now it's relatively weak. But if I were to long something, that might be something I want to look into. Just because restaking protocol is essentially like how many people you can onboard to use your restaking, right? And as a chain, Mental, as a sex, Bybit is the best way to get people to use it. And they have a bigger treasury. They can just put the treasury into it as well. So like I feel like this is a potential thing. Sorry, I got sidelined it. But yeah. Sector wise, right? Chains, consumer-fi, no matter how you want to put it. DeFi, GameFi. I don't know what PayFi, how can people long PayFi? Stablecoin sector. Again, infra shit. I don't know what should we look into.
Yeah, I think again the problem remains that there are too many infra coins coming up. So if you really just can't get the attention of CT and all of the traders, it's much harder these days. And I think memes as well as like these DeFi blue chips at least have the premium only for certain memes. Yeah, like once they have surpassed certain longevity, they are being seen as like, oh, I can trade in and out quite easily because there's a lot of liquidity here. Yeah, but all of these like sector specific, you know, like restaking tokens, PayFi tokens, SocialFi tokens. I think it's
this?
still a
We'll
bunch
play
of wait and see.
rapid fire questions. I'll say something, a token and a pitch. Then you rate 1 to 10, 10 being the most bullish. Okay? Clayton, the next ton. Give me a freaking
Neutral.
number, bro. Don't give me that suits answer.
Wait, like the market cap or like what?
0 to 10, how bullish are you on this thesis? Clayton.
Oh, okay.
Clayton is a 6.
A 6.
Sway as the next Solana. Say as
7.5.
the front runner of parallel execution to front run Monet.
2.
stable. Sorry, I had so many. Aerodrome and Moonwell for base ecosystem. Okay, I ran out. I should have wrote this better. Sorry, this is a very last minute thing. We'll do that again next week.
No. And we can just cut like what you just said now. But yeah, no. But I think the point is, it's again, we still need new money coming in. So I'm just hoping really that, because I've been hearing, and it's not just me, but for folks, for our listeners, you can go to like Twitter right now, and a bunch of fund managers have been tweeting like the attention that they've been getting from potential LPs or just like family offices that were sidelined is now massive, right? Just in the span of like 24 hours, they're like, oh, now we have to allocate, because clearly like this industry isn't going to get fought to the death for the next 4 years. In fact, it's going to get embraced, right? So like I think it's more of like a bet on crypto overall. Now, if we're talking about like what tokens can you buy to turn $10,000 to $1 million overnight, it will be tricky to find, of course, because if we can do that, we'll be retired by now. But I think it's just like it's
one
just
more.
net long.
Tau as the ultimate AI play for crypto right now.
3.
Bitcoin Fi is going to take over most of crypto because of BTC ETF and lack of alternative narratives.
7.
All right. Cool, interesting. How about you? What any pitch and token play that you're looking into? Potential. No, you don't even say token. Sector. Let's talk about the sector pump.
Yeah. Yeah, let me think of a few that might be interesting for you. DeFi option.
All right, so I think it's going to be a 2 for overall, but because of low valuation, they might be able to be a good risk and reward bet. And based on my knowledge, I'll still play around with it. I think DeFi option will only work out if it has a centralized component on top of something. Like it's the clickbait. It's the clickbait or the engine behind something, but it's not the actual narrative on its own.
Gamblefy.
No.
So like
I believe the regulation will sort out other things before gamble.
Consumer AI that uses
I'm going to give this a 9, but I need you to be more specific. How is it going to happen? Like, I can tell it's a 9. Is like right now, I'm like seeing through curtains, a half-naked girl dancing, but I cannot confirm until I see more. Like, I can tell this is like an interesting thing. But like, I need to see more to confirm.
Right. Yeah, no, it's a fair. That's white. Okay. L2.
Right now, all L2s and L1s are the same thing. I believe in the thesis of all chains are essentially the same to retail, and it's about the unique selling point that people think how well it's going to do. For example, is it a gaming chain? Is it a real asset chain? Is it a chain that can support Web 2 because of the language, etc.? It needs to have something that stands out.
Deepin, last one.
I agree. I think Deepin, it will be a 7 to 9, depending on the thing. Just because that's what retail understands and likes. But I don't know which thing is going to pop first within Deepin. Because Deepin is very broad, actually.
Yeah, it's very broad. Hey, actually, one last thing, and it's a segue that I want to ask you to prediction markets.
To be honest, prediction markets, I think poly market is going to continue to dominate. I don't see any people be able to overtake it. There are a lot of mechanisms that can improve it. However, I don't think it's about the efficiency of it, but it's about how to capture the users. And once you have the user, it's something that's fun enough that even if it's not efficient, people would play with it. There might be a potential competitor that can dominate in different markets. For example, Asian markets that is for predictions kind of thing, like something like that. But I don't know. I would long prediction market tokens, but not alt in general.
So here's a follow-up question to that. Do you think prediction market would be big enough to warrant like its own project just focusing on prediction markets, or you think yes, of course they will stay, but let's say the volume will go down 80%, and then it will be like a complementary market? Because right now I think we have started to see like not just drift, right, but like a lot of the dexes and the DeFi protocols implement prediction markets. It's just like one of the type of instruments that you can trade on our website. But is it going to be big enough that for Polymarket and for other players they can just focus on prediction markets, or you think it's going to stay but it's just another asset class?
I don't think the market is big enough to have another Polymarket. I think Polymarket has gotten enough traction through this election, and if they were able to develop continuous interest in different sectors of prediction market, it can be. There's a lot of alternative things you can build on top, because you have acquired basically a bunch of gamblers, and you can have a lot of mini gambling things, or you can be like infer to support marketing tech, etc., etc. But I think Polymarket have essentially won the race in some sense in let's say US market sector.
Got it. With that, I want to move on to one thing. So we have been talking about investments, about how to trade, about the market, about our view going towards 2025. I wanted to get your opinion for our listeners, given the fact that Trump just won, right, and the outlook for 2025. What recommendation or strategy recommendation you have for founders going into 2025? Like, what should be top of their mind?
I don't know. Like, cut. Can you repeat your question?
What should be a founder's? What should be the top two or top three things that a founder should prioritize going into 2025, given the fact that the crypto market, the crypto industry will now change because of Trump's victory?
You have to understand and read the trend. So in my opinion, is that the market is very, very different from the last 2-3 years of the last 2-3 years, in a sense where it's not just crypto native people, it's retail. The retail attention is very different. The same concept might not be able to last. We are still in that awkward position of getting retail is very expensive and hard, but at the same time, on-chain degens are bored of on-chain degen games. So I think as a founder, you have to find it's harder to explore PMF, but that's the first thing. And also, the go-to-market strategies are being very different, and big ideas don't deliver as easy as previously. The market has less room for innovation, less room for error, essentially. You should considering getting someone that's very attached to the market to be aware of what everyone's doing, because there are, like, back in the days there can only be like 5 projects in the same sector, but right now there can be 20.
Yeah.
Secondly, there are a lot of optimizations you can do. For example, grant hunting, launching on the right chains, getting some grants, getting some these kind of things can help your protocol a lot. That's the second thing. And I think overall the market has a lot more noise than before. You need to make sure that you're trying to catch the narrative, yet staying focused on what you want to build as a North Star. I feel like that's a very suits and bullshit answer, but like that's what I think anyways.
No. Wait. I'm going to quickly recap what you said. I think that's very good. Like, you have to have a certain North Star, a certain focus. This is what I'm going to do. This is the vision of our company. But you need to have a guy or a girl or somebody that can basically help you stay on.
You have to be politically correct.
Help you stay on top of the narrative. Stay on top of the narrative, right? And like basically tell you, hey, this week this is what happened. This month this is what happened. Because the market moves so fast. I'm actually going to share a tweet here again for our listeners. This is a credits to so we're just going to fast forward when you're like editing this. Credits to Sandra, right? She summarized this narrative in 2024 so far, right? And for our listeners who are not watching this on YouTube, this is how insane it has been. In January, it's pretty much like L2, Sol, ecosystem booming, WIF, right? In February, it's Frentech, Social Fi, Faircaster, Degen token, if you guys remember that, blah, blah. Some interest in Tau started to happen. March, it's all like pre-sale. You have tokens like Slurf. Anybody still remember that? Boom, BOME. Everybody just copy paste contract address and they get like millions of these like meme tokens pre-sale. April, Athena TGE, pretty much the main character, right? Like, and then some hints around Ton, tap to earn meta that start to happen around Notcoin and all of these other stuff. In May, you slightly have like IO.net, Spot ETF got approved, right? So like the market is a bit slower, but there's still something going on. June, Pump Fund just took off like crazy, right? And then like Blast had their TGE. Trump's kid had like DJT. July, Sol Eco was leading again. You have like the Bowden and the Trem token. Like now they're absolutely both wrecked, but they were like trading a lot in July. August is just chop, some Sui, like a little bit of like DeFi Renaissance thesis. September, Mudang, Murad and token 2049, shilling memes. October, you have the AI token Goat and Luna, and now we're in November. That's how crazy
bro,
it has been, bro.
This is why people don't like you. You read the whole thing, you liked the tweet, but you did not retweet, like, or bookmark the freaking tweet, bro.
No.
And she's your
Wait,
friend.
Like, I thought you were talking like an actual cut, well. Man. God damn it.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Oh my god, man. Hey, like I was just scrolling past it,
somewhere, but you didn't bookmark it. 5 days.
Okay. We're gonna get back to this.
But no, I think that is good. I'm gonna text Andrew with this. But yeah. So
I like it now.
Okay, so to summarize, I think, okay, that's a lot of things. I believe every cycle is similar. We have tons of things that we forgot. But I do think this time, every narrative did not last more than a month in general. Just because
that's crazy.
None of them make sense that much. And the degens are just PvPing, including myself, right? And not gonna lie, I'm waiting for that moment where I have this concept. I tell my normie friends, they will be like, and that's the moment I'm gonna go all in, basically. Because like none of the sectors right now sounds legit enough that the new money will come in. But let's see.
Yeah, there's no like DeFi and NFT was such a 0 to 1 unlock that the normies are able to imagine how the future might look like. But if you tell them I love the virtual Steam, but if you tell normie like you can launch your AI agent and it's tokenized, they're gonna be like, what? Like they're not even deep enough into like AI to understand that.
So let's talk about 0 to 1
but anyway,
innovations in crypto, right? I think first is issuing tokens. Second is DeFi. Third was NFTs. 4 was GameFi. And then after that, 0 to 1, I don't think there's that much. I think there are other concepts that are built on top of that. But right now, I don't know what will be the next 0 to 1, to be very honest.
I think that's for the founders to like figure out.
DM Marco, and feel free to DM me if you think you have the 0 to 1 concept. But yeah, okay, sorry. What were you gonna say?
Yeah. No, I mean like I just want to get your, I guess, like quick recap of maybe we should cut this part. No, like I'm just thinking like how should we end this, or like what other topic? But yeah, cut that.
I think we're done, to be honest.
Yeah. So yeah, let's just like end it in a way that's like good.
Okay. Right. Let me. Okay. All right. So to summarize today's session, I know you're in Singapore. I want to keep this thing short for you as well. Bitcoin all-time high. We don't know what's going on. We don't know what we're gonna long. The market is trying to find something long. If there's a consensus, I think it's gonna go very high. But right now, we don't know what's next. I don't know when is the turning for altcoins. We had a list of potential sectors that might pump. I gave you a bunch of points that you rated my pitch, and let's see what's up next week.
Awesome, man. All right. I think it will be a very exciting week next week, given, there's a lot of macro data coming out. So hopefully we break above 80K. And yeah, stay tuned to see what's going to happen. Cheers, folks.